कह रहे हैं कि बिल्कुल पूरी तरह से कोई इसमें वो नहीं है और
Rajat Ken reporting there from outside the special court, CBI court. The order on the jail term for Ruchika's molester ex-DGP Rathore will now be given only on the 25th of May. The judge saying he needed more time to write the order. Ruchika's father also saying he didn't see this as a setback since the court had not made any opinion. It had just said that it needed more time to prepare the order. So the order on the jail term for Ruchika's molester, he has been convicted, remember, for that. And he had appealed against his 6-month jail sentence. That order has been postponed till the 25th of May because the judge says he needs more time to write the order. Ruchika's father has spoken to the media there saying that he doesn't see it as a setback because no opinion was expressed by the court. The judge in fact just took about 2 minutes to tell a packed courtroom, which included dozens of media people, that he was not going to give the verdict today. He needed more time to write the order, and he said that he will pronounce that judgment on the 25th of May, 5 more days. Ruchika's father saying he doesn't see this as a setback. And SPS Rathore had already been convicted by a lower court for molestation of Ruchika Rathore way back in 1990 under the section that he has been charged, 344 I believe. The maximum sentence is 2 years, and we were speaking to senior counsel at the Supreme Court who was suggesting that there was need to relook at the current laws to make them more stringent, especially when molestation or sexual harassment cases came up with people like policemen or anyone who had to handle other people who were in a position of authority. But apart from that, it's this particular case, and the maximum that SPS Rathore can get is 2 years in jail. He's been sentenced already to 6 months in jail, and this is what he's challenged, saying that he wants the 6-month term to be overturned. Well, Neha Khanna has been following those developments and tells us more about what happened today.
Only 4 or 5 days.
Well, Amitabh, as I mentioned some time back, it was a packed courtroom. There were waiting journalists and, of course, SPS Rathore, his lawyer wife, Abha Rathore, the Girhotras and the Prakashas. They were all there in the courtroom. We were, of course, hoping to find out what SPS Rathore's fate would be, but it seems we'll have to wait for another 5 days. The judge came into the courtroom and all he said is that he was not in a position to deliver the verdict immediately. We'd have to wait till the 25th of this month to find out the verdict because he needs more time to write the order. Of course, this is going to be a very detailed, lengthy order, Amitabh. As you know, it is a very, very high profile and sensitive case that has been going on for almost 20 years now. This actually goes back to 1990, as you know. And of course, earlier in the month of December, the trial court did convict SPS Rathore of molesting 14-year-old Ruchika Girhotra and sentenced him to 6 months in jail. And of course, most people had termed that as travesty of justice, and there was a huge public outcry and some sort of media campaign also crying for justice for Ruchika. And then of course subsequently we saw fresh cases being registered against SPS Rathore. Of course those cases are still being looked into and investigated by the CBI. Fresh FIRs, as you know, Amitabh, have been registered in which he's been charged with abetment to suicide, attempt to murder, torture, harassment, and a series of serious charges have been leveled against him. Those are still being investigated by the CBI, which is likely to in fact submit its report in the month of July. But today's case pertains to the original case of molestation, which goes back to 1990, that day, August 12. In fact, let me just see if we can get Mr. Girhotra here. So just one moment. Amitabh, in fact, we have Ruchika's father, Mr. Girhotra, here to talk to us. Sir, are you disappointed that you'll have to wait for another 5 days for this verdict?
No, we are not disappointed. It is just a postponement for 4 or 5 days. There is no question of disappointment at all. The court has not expressed any opinion. The court has not passed any order as yet.
Right.
They have just postponed for 5 days.
Right.
So it is okay.
So why do you think this is taking so long? The order was supposed to be pronounced earlier on the 11th of May.
It is a very long and lengthy trial. in such type of important trials, these things take place in courts. So they have just told that we will pronounce on 25th. Okay.
Right. So what are your expectations from this verdict, given that everybody was very disappointed last time round when SPS Rathore came out smiling after he was given a 6-month jail term?
Yes, last time we were disappointed when he was awarded only 6 months imprisonment. We were not expecting 6 months after 19 years of battle. And that too, when he came out from the court laughing, that laughing pained me. That, look here, my daughter has died. My daughter has committed suicide because of him and he is laughing. On that day, it pained me very much. But now I am expecting full justice from this appellate court.
Right. And sir, also, it has been said that it's not just Rathore, it's the entire system which is to blame, the police, the government. What's your take on that?
Definitely, it is the entire system who delayed in lodging the FIR. When the then DGP submitted his inquiry report, that FIR has to be lodged. Criminal liability is there. In his inquiry report, he categorically recommended to the state government that FIR should be immediately lodged. But the state government as well as the local police never lodged the FIR. For 9 years we were crying. And during this period, he committed all sort of atrocities on that poor girl and the entire family. Had the FIR been lodged at a proper time, and trial started and finished at a proper time, the girl would not have died. The system, the entire nexus between politicians and bureaucracy, they are responsible for the death of my daughter.
So thank you so much for talking to us. So Amitabh, of course, Mr. Girotra, they're saying that he's not disappointed that he will have to wait for another 5 days to find out the verdict. It's been a 20-year-long battle for justice for this family and, of course, the Prakash family. So he's saying what's 5 days compared to the 20 years that they've waited for justice. And he says that he is hopeful that this time Rathore will get the maximum possible sentence, which is, of course, 2 years. Because remember, this is a molestation case that he is facing, in which the maximum sentence is 2 years. And as I was mentioning some time back, he is facing more serious charges of abetment to suicide and attempt to murder as well. But of course, no charges have been framed as of now in those cases, which are still being investigated by the CBI. And now, of course, we will have to wait till the 25th of this month to find out what the court has in store for SPS Rathore. And remember, in these 20 years, the man has not gone to jail for a single day. Last time when he was sentenced to 6 months rigorous imprisonment, he was immediately released on bail. And what the Girotra family has been saying is that they want to see the man going to jail and they want him sentenced to the maximum possible punishment. That's the only time when they will feel that justice has been done. So it is going to perhaps be a wait of at least another 5 days as of now. Amitabh?
Right, Nia reporting there on the order. The judge has postponed his verdict till the 25th. Well, stay tuned for more updates.
आमन साल में 30 घंटे ब्रश करने में बिताता है, पर भूल जाते हैं सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट तैयारी, उनका चेहरा। मैं बिताता हूँ डेली 1 मिनट वैसलीन मेन लगाने में। वैसलीन मेन में है विटामिन B3 और ट्रिपल सनस्क्रीन, जो चेहरे को बनाए फेयर और घटाए 5 तरह के दाग धब्बों को। वैसलीन मेन, बी प्रिपेयर्ड।
कटी गया मुझसे। ये देख, ये ले, तेरे लिए ले। मेरे लिए? हाँ।
बम बम बोले।
रख ले।